Hi, sister.
Hi.
So everyone is talking about the bombshell New York Times article about Trump's taxes. Can you share with us what's important for us to know about all of those revelations?
Yes. Okay. So let's put aside that if you have a household that made $75,000 a year in 2017, you paid $14,000 in income taxes, where Trump paid $750, and the fact that he didn't pay any taxes for 10 out of the 15 years beginning in 2010. For me, his ineptitude as a businessman, his grift, his fraud, it's not the point here. The point here is that the revelation of Trump's personal debt of at least $421 million is the biggest national security threat our country has faced since 9/11, for sure.
Okay, so I get that this guy has been selling the idea that he's worth billions and billions of dollars when in fact he is in debt $421 million at least. That's what we know. But why is this a national security threat?
So there's a reason that the federal government will not give security clearances to those who have significant debt. It's because debt is so easily exploited and leveraged by foreign intelligence services. It's because officials who are on the hook personally for loans are too easily manipulated to serve their own interests instead of the interests of the country. So the government ensures that those who are significantly in debt don't have access to highly sensitive information in order to protect the national interests. And here we have a commander-in-chief who is personally on the hook for $421 million. So like Watergate, where the country demanded to know what did he know and when did he know it, today as a nation we need to be demanding what does he owe and to whom does he owe it.
So what does he owe and to whom does he owe it?
Well, we don't know, and we need to know. Here's what we do know. So after Trump's 4 corporate bankruptcies, it seems that no bank would touch him. So the only bank that would was Deutsche Bank. And this is the same Deutsche Bank that was found to be in the middle of an $80 billion money laundering operation involving Russian criminals and the KGB. So it's also the same Deutsche Bank whose records resulted in Paul Manafort, remember him, Trump's chair of his 2016 campaign, resulted in him being convicted of tax fraud, who was the same Manafort who just last year was found by a Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee to be a grave threat to our national security because of his longstanding Russian ties to Russian intelligence and his willingness to share information with them. So this Deutsche Bank loans Trump more than $2 billion. And because of all of his bankruptcies, they make him not sign through his companies, but personally sign for the loans. So now he's personally in debt for at least $420 million. And those debts incidentally come due in the next 4 years.
4 years. That's an interesting number. So how could, if I'm Donald Trump, how could I be planning to use the presidency the next 4 years, if I'm reelected, to repay my $421 million debt?
Exactly. And suddenly, we see the reason for his unprecedented decision to not divest himself of his business when taking office in 2016, and his desperation to remain in office in 2020. And we have to ask ourselves, since these debts are due in 4 years, if he's president, how does he plan to use his time in the presidency to pay off that debt? Could this debt and this connection to Deutsche Bank be related in any way to his befriending of Putin, to his calling Russia's bounties on our troops in Afghanistan fake news? I mean, we just can't for 1 second longer avoid the reality that his personal debt could be paid through trading off on the interests of the American people. And every American needs to know that 4 more years of this man is an untenable threat to our national security. We have to. And we have to, I mean, we all have well-meaning people in our lives who vote on national security, national defense, in support of our troops every year. And this information is being broadcast across every news outlet, except for one in which it's being buried, and that is Fox News. And the people that are in our lives who care deeply about America, who care about national security and national defense, who are watching that and not getting this information, they need to know. And we need to reach out to them and make sure that they know that a vote for national security is a vote against Trump.
That's right. And in this case, a vote for national security is a vote for Joe Biden.
Yes.
Tell your people. Tell your people. The American people deserve a president who is not owned by debt, who can actually who has the freedom to put American interests above personal interests, right? Thank you, sister, for this information. We can do hard things like keep ourselves and our families and our country safe. See you tomorrow.